Our top three, number one is love. It's represented by our wonderful little heart here. Just internal love for everybody inside the dealerships, working all together so that we can all share a common goal. Number two is listen. So just take 5 minutes, go around each department, see everybody. Just take the time to actually find out what's important to that person that day, make the day go through. And then the last one is to lean on each other. We all have our little downfalls, so we need to have somebody else who can step up in that place and when we need, and all come together.
As you can see with our star behind me here, in the middle of our star, the general theme of our three is communication. So we feel that the departments can all communicate a little better. So through that, one of our ideas is just providing more cross-training to be able to have a better idea of what everyone around the dealership does through parts, through service, through sales. Employee incentives, so sales departments are always incentivizing and having spiffs, but to do that through the other departments as well and have team goals, things like tire sales and that, and incentivize people to perform. And the other thing is just 5-minute meetings. So most of us have sales, quick 5-minute meetings with the sales staff, but just to involve everyone together, morning huddle kind of thing. That's it.
Team grade 8. Number 1 is collaboration with one team meetings, joint meetings, time in each other's department. Second, rewards incentives between the departments. And third, cross-training between departments with team members.
Welcome to the winning team. Our number 1, it's really simple and it calculates a lot of things. And all we need is every employee to take ownership of all of our guest needs. Somebody said it in the training earlier, our guests don't see us as parts, service, and sales. They don't see us as Toyota Canada, Toyota Financial. They see us as Toyota. They need to be able to come to you for all their needs. The way we do that is remove the silos and acknowledge cross-selling, whether that's an acknowledgement, an employee of the month, or financially. Sometimes a thank you goes as far as $100. And then we also have regular integrated meetings with all the departments. And that's your winning team 7. Thank you very much.
The 3 ones that we picked were to have a store huddle, so not only the department managers can do it, but also if you have a team leader or maybe even cycle each an advisor from service, a product advisor from sales to meet up and find out what the hurdles are in departments or what upcoming stuff's going on. Because even when there's a sales promotion, service advisors sometimes don't even know what's going on. But what that also does too is, I'm sure a lot of dealers are great for it, but it breaks down the barriers between the departments and the walls and brings everyone closer together and brings that kind of team atmosphere to the dealership. The next one we have is to introduce new customers to each department. So a lot of the product advisors do that with a lot of people, but it's to make sure that it does get more, I hate to use the word enforce, but to make sure it's top priority to the product advisor, especially when the new car comes for delivery. And kind of the same thing that Toyota does is, with the accessories, like parts can be more involved to reach out to the customer that just recently purchased a new or used vehicle and give the options that it's available in the Toronto PDC or the quickest option for them to get a new accessory on the vehicle. So those are the ones we picked.
Team 5, our wall here is so beautiful because it depicts the current state of affairs, which is a little bit of a mess. So to clean up the mess, we're going to start at number 3 with communication. Regular and open communication between departments, between managers, between staff. Number 2 is training, cross-training, allowing everybody within the dealership to know what everybody else's job is, what it entails, and the headaches and opportunities. Number 1, meetings. Everybody loves a meeting. We need interdepartmental meetings so that sales knows what service is doing and service knows what sales is doing, and we know what parts are available, what accessories are available, what current accessories are coming down the pipe, what accessories work with your new vehicle. Team 5.
Looks like communication is a real theme here, and I think that getting us all together as a group here is really working out for that. So consistency in the communication, because sometimes a message can get changed from the sales department to the customer, to the service department to the customer, the parts department to the customer. Daily huddles, all that stuff. Everybody said it before. It is so important to get things done. One of the things that we put in as number 2 is to have are incentives based on shorter timeframes. So right now, we get crushed at the end of the month for the sales department. It happens every single month. So that means the parts department gets crushed. That means the service department gets crushed by that. And we thought if we could implement something where there was a real consistent incentive based on a shorter time frame. So right now we report at 10-day and 20-day and 30-day. But the only one anybody really gets wound up about is the one at the end of the month, because that's what all our incentives are based on. So we thought if you could make it so that there was something in the pot for shorter time frames, that we looked it up, Hajinka, which is evening the workload. Right?
Nice.
Is that how you say it?
I don't know, it sounded good.
Yeah, okay, well, I think that's where it was.
It is now.
And then number 3, we wanted to empower employees to make decisions. Once again, a customer can get held up if they're with a service advisor or somebody that needs to look to a higher power to make a decision. And lots of these decisions are pretty simple and can be made by the employee if they have the confidence to make it. So, Team 4.
Number 1 was more of the 3 meetings, the 3 departments meeting together and sharing more information like emails or promotions and stuff like that. The second one was more the sales walking around for the service walk around, booking the 8K service and introducing parts at that point so the customer already knows where they're going. And the other one was more like proper ECP information, making sure that each department knows exactly what it is instead of just saying bumper to bumper, that there's more information. So the customer has an incentive to buy it on the next car. And then also the advisor will have the proper information instead of just, dispatching it back to sales and then the customer gets their key.
Our top number 1 is team building, buddy program. We find that team building is very important. If you are trying to do something for somebody and they're a friend, you don't want to let a friend down. So if you have that relationship with somebody in service, you take the work or the customer more serious, not letting the department down. Second is, of course, implementing a process that everybody follows. And of course, with process, we need communication. So communication will be number 3 on the list. Also doing any type of dealership programs, nights out with the team building, and I'm hoping that corporate can help fund, put some money in our pockets to take their team out, to build departments stronger and get the job done. And by the way, we put our money sign on the board because if we all work together, we make more money.
The aptly named team number 1, this finna be a breeze. We've got our top 3 here, number 3 being cross-training and training. So making sure that everybody in the dealership is all on the same page, having interdepartmental meetings totally together so that we all have one common goal and one common culture for the dealership. Number 2, collaborations. Collaborating as a team with a full staff meeting, so you're having the same goals, eating together, tearing down the walls between the dealerships. Cross-training falls into training as well as collaboration. And number 1, incentivizing your staff. Incentivizing them many different ways, setting non-financial goals for the dealership so that you're working towards one common goal, things like tire sales, accessories, rather than the overall bottom line of the dealership, and trying to incentivize them to achieve those goals.
I think what I liked was that collaboration or that communication between teams. It's something that we get lost in. Even at Toyota, we get lost in those sessions. You know, the number 1 team in our environment at Toyota that does the best job at this in staying connected with one another is Lexus, with their Lexus circles. And it's definitely something that we should be looking at a little bit more deeply at for all of our activity. And it just kind of keeps everybody in sync with one another.
R&D, rob and duplicate, Toyota Circles, love them.
Yep.
Born right here.
Absolutely. You know, there's a couple of things. You know, I've had an opportunity to go around all around North America and sometimes around the world through my job at Toyota. And the one thing that I remember that really stuck in my head was a Ford dealership in Florida, which made it the responsibility of everybody in the dealership to engage with customers and to go further with those customers and to generate sales. And what they did was they made product advisors. A certain percentage of their pay was based on the customers coming back and doing service and making parts purchases at the dealership, and that was tied right to the product advisor, which kind of you know, gets the product advisor really invested. And at the same time, from a service perspective, there were incentives and there was part of their pay plan that they, you know, extended warranty opportunities, opportunity for vehicle trade-ins, opportunity for sales of cars. So it kind of had everybody kind of in each other's business. I think it was done really effectively.